Hi everyone, my name is Honoratus Manu. Here I will explain about grammar. However, we have not accounted for the fact that this word can only be combined in the limit number of patterns. We recognize that the phrase "the lucky boys" is a well-formed phrase in English, but that the following two phrases are not at all we formed. The first phrase is boys the lucky. The second, lucky the boys. We as an asterisk to indicate the from is uncapitable and ungrammatical. From this example, we can see that English has strict rules from combining for in praise. The article must go before the adjective is lucky, which must go before the noun is boys. So in the order to be grammatical, this type of phrase must have the request article plus adjective plus noun and not noun plus article plus adjective. For example, the process of describing the structure of phrases and sentences in such a way that we account for all the grammatical requisites in the language and rule out all the non-grammatical requisites. The process of describing the structure of phrases and sentence in such a way that we account for all the grammatical requisites in a language and rule out all the ungrammatical requisites in one way of defining grammar. It is the kind of definition assumption when we talk about the grammar of English as opposite to the grammar of Swahili, Tagalog, or Turkish, and as illustrated in chapter 6. Each of the test language has different way of forming grammatical phrases and sentence. Studying grammar in this way has a very long traditions. Traditional grammar, the terms article, adjective, and noun that we use to label the grammatical categories of the verb in the phrase. The lucky boys come from traditional grammar, which has its organized in the description of language such as Latin and Greek, says there we will explicit grammatical description of this language. It seems appropriate to adopt the existing categories from just description and apply it in the analysis of never language such as English. After all, Latin and Greek were the language of scholarship, religions, psychology, and knowledge. So the grammar of this language was taken to be the model from other grammars. The best now trends from the traditional are just used in the describing the parts of speech. The part of speech terms such as adjective and noun are just two label from in the language as the parts of speech are four class. The technical terms used to describe as part of speech are illustrated in the following sentence and simple definitions of its terms are listed below. The lucky boys found a backpack in the park and they opened it carefully. The is article, lucky is adjective, which is noun, found is verb, a is article. A backpack noun, in is preposition, the is article, part is noun, and in conjunction, they is pronoun, open it is verb, it is pronoun, carefully is adverb, noun is are, verb is to refer to people, object, recorded, place, request, phenomena, and abstract ideas as if they be all the things. Articles is a verb, is its noun to from noun, place, classifying the interesting or interfacing they are already now. Adjective is a verb is typically is noun with noun to provide more information about the things refer to. Is happy people or object or strength express for which are for to affect to various kind of the action and states involving people and things in events. And then adverbs are for use typically with verb to provide more information about action, state, and event. Some adverb are also to with adjective to modify information about things. And then preposition is or is its noun is providing information about time, place, place, and another conjunction in following action and things. And then pronouns is are for use in the place of noun price. Rapidly traveling to people and things already now. And then conjunction is are for used to make connection and create relation between events. Basic definition of this type of useful for defeating mods from in the language sites in English, but they are not complete reliable and different permits focus on some other properties of the part speak. For example, a noun can be defined as from the comes after an article and can take inflection for purposive and plural. Of course, not all nouns have all the character. It's therefore their characteristic are unlikely to be true of noun of in other language that we might want to describe, as we shall see an alternative way of looking at noun and another part of speech had to be found in order to carry out structural analysis. Argument in edited to the term use from the part of speech. Traditional grammatical analysis has also given us a number of other categories, including number, person, tense, voice, and gender. Thus, the categories can be discussed in isolation, but their role in describing language structure become clearer when we consider them in terms of argument. For example, we say that that the verb loves argue with the noun cat in the sentence Katy loves her dog. Grammatical gender, the type of biological distinctions used in English is quite different from the more common distinction found in the language that use grammatical gender. Whereas natural gender is the based on sex is male and female. Grammatical gender is based on the type of noun is masculine and feminine, and is not tried to sex. In this latter sense, nouns are classified according to their gender class and typically articles and adjective and have different from to attribute the gender of the noun. Spain language, for example, has two grammatical gender, masculine and feminine, illustrated by the expression el sol is English language the sun, and la luna, the English language, is the moon. German just set their gender masculine, der Mann. English language is the man. Feminine, the sun is language the sun, and that natural das Feuer is language the fire. The difference from of the article is bound the spines, aura, and German der, die, or das. Example are spawned to difference in the German class of noun. Traditional analysis, the notions of appropriateness of analysis categories for a particular language has not always been a condition. International grammar box table such as the following were other presented for English for contrasted by analogy with similar table of forms in Latin grammar. The form for the Latin verb amare is to love are listed on the right. Present tense active voice. First person singular is I love amo. Second person singular is you love amas. Try. Third person singular is she loves amat. First person plural is we love amounts. Second person plural is you love amatis. Third person plural is they love amat. The prescriptive approach is wanting to adapt the grammatical labels is example noun verb to categories for in English sentence. It is with another things to go on to climb the structure of English sentence sound be like structure of sentence in Latin. That was an approach taken by a number of influenced theoretical grammarians, mainly in 18th century England, who sent out rulers for the proper use to English. This view of grammar as sent out ruler for the proper as use of language is still to be found today, and many may be that's characteristic as the parties divide apart. Some familiar example of the of prescriptive rule for English sentence are you must not spill an infinitive. You must not end a sentence with a preposition. Study question. Identify all the part of speech used in the sentence. Is example, woman is noun. The woman kept a large snake in the jar but escaped it recently.